Have you ever wondered why some European nations like Switzerland, Norway, and Iceland have refused to join the European Union? A question that sparks intrigue and invites us on a journey to unravel the enigma that surrounds these three European outliers. In the aftermath of the Second World War, the European Union was conceived as a grand project to ensure peace, stability, and economic prosperity. It's a unique political and economic union of 27 countries that together cover much of the continent. The EU operates through a hybrid system of supranational and intergovernmental decision-making, and it has created a single market that ensures the free movement of people, goods, services, and capital within its borders. The benefits of EU membership are manifold, from the pooling of sovereignty to enhanced political stability to the economic advantages of being part of one of the world's largest trading blocs. Member states have access to a vast internal market, structural funding for less developed regions, and the opportunity to participate in shaping the bloc's policies. Yet, nestled in the heart of Europe, we find Switzerland, a prosperous nation renowned for its neutrality, steadfastly refusing to join. Further north, Norway, blessed with bountiful oil reserves, also stays conspicuously aloof from the EU. And then there's Iceland, a remote island nation in the North Atlantic, known for its rugged landscapes and geothermal energy, which too has opted to remain outside the fold. Each of these countries has its own unique character, culture, and economic strengths. They are prosperous, stable, and enjoy a high standard of living. Their decision to stay out of the EU is not due to a lack of options or opportunities, but a conscious choice. A choice that piques our curiosity and prompts us to delve deeper into their reasons. So what could possibly make these prosperous nations turn away from the EU? Starting with Switzerland, a country known for its neutrality, and a powerhouse in its own right. In the heart of Europe lies Switzerland, a nation whose historical stance of neutrality has become its defining trait. This neutrality isn't just a diplomatic stance, but a deeply ingrained part of Switzerland's identity. It's a principle that has been preserved and respected for centuries, shaping the country's interactions on the global stage. So when the concept of the European Union was taking shape, it was no surprise that Switzerland chose to maintain its neutrality. The Swiss have consistently demonstrated a preference for maintaining their sovereignty and independence, even when it means standing apart from significant global alliances. But this decision was not just about preserving neutrality, it was also an economic strategy. By staying out of the EU, Switzerland has retained control over its robust economy. It's been able to protect its financial sector, a sector that is recognized worldwide for its strength and stability. Switzerland's economic prosperity isn't just about banks and high-end watches. It's a nation that has mastered the art of balancing economic growth and sustainability. It has a diverse economy, with strengths in areas such as pharmaceuticals, machinery, and tourism. By not being tied down by EU policies, Switzerland has been able to pursue its own economic strategies, focusing on sectors where it has competitive advantages. The Swiss also enjoy a high standard of living, with one of the highest gross domestic product per capita in the world. This economic prosperity is a testament to Switzerland's decision to follow its own path, demonstrating that it's possible to thrive outside of large alliances. But it's not all rosy. There are challenges, of course. Trading with EU countries comes with its own complications, as Switzerland must negotiate individual trade agreements. But the Swiss have turned even this into an advantage, crafting agreements that best serve their interests. Switzerland, a country that stands on its own, charting its unique path. Next we travel north to Norway, an oil-rich nation with a rebellious spirit. This Scandinavian gem, known for its breathtaking fjords and northern lights, has chosen a path less traveled, a path of independence and self-reliance. Let's delve into Norway's decision to stay out of the European Union, a choice that has been shaped significantly by its abundant oil reserves. Having discovered oil in the North Sea in the late 1960s, Norway has since become one of the world's leading oil exporters. This black gold has not only fueled the nation's economy, but also its determination to maintain control over its resources. Unlike many European nations, Norway has chosen to keep its oil wealth largely in public hands. The state owns roughly 2/3 of all oil produced, ensuring the profits benefit the country and its citizens. This has allowed Norway to build up the world's largest sovereign wealth fund, valued at over $1 trillion. Joining the EU would mean adhering to its rules and regulations, including those on competition and state aid. For Norway, this could potentially mean relinquishing control over its oil industry, a prospect that has been met with resistance. The country has instead opted to stay out of the EU while still maintaining access to its single market through the European Economic Area. The implications of this decision are manifold. Economically, Norway has managed to maintain a high standard of living buoyed by its oil wealth. Politically, it has retained its sovereignty, able to make decisions that best serve its national interests. However, it's not without its trade-offs. Norway has little say in the rules it must follow to access the EU's market, a reality that has sparked ongoing debate within the nation. Norway, a rebel with a cause, choosing sovereignty over solidarity. This oil-rich rebel continues to navigate its unique path, a testament to the power of resource control and the value of self-determination. Finally, we journey to the icy shores of Iceland, a maverick in its own right. This island nation nestled in the North Atlantic Ocean is a world unto itself, a solitary entity that has danced to its own tune since the dawn of time. Its geographical isolation has played a significant role in shaping its economic and political decisions, including its stance on joining the European Union. Iceland's isolation has been a double-edged sword. On one hand, it has fostered a unique culture and a strong sense of national identity, but on the other, it has faced the challenges of being a small economy in a globalized world. Its remote location, far from the bustling trade routes of Europe, has forced it to be self-reliant in many ways. Iceland's decision to stay out of the EU is not merely a result of its geographical isolation, but is also rooted in its economic and social realities. The nation's economy, heavily dependent on fisheries and renewable energy, has its unique set of priorities and challenges, some of which may not align with the broader objectives of the EU. Furthermore, Iceland has always cherished its independence and autonomy. Joining the EU would mean ceding some of that sovereignty, a proposition that has not been popular among Icelanders. They have chosen to control their own destiny, even if it means braving the storm alone. The implications of Iceland's decision to stay out of the EU are profound. It's a testament to their resilience and determination to preserve their unique way of life, even in the face of economic uncertainty. It's a choice that has shaped their society, their economy, and their place in the world. Iceland, a lone wolf, choosing isolation over integration. So, what unites these three seemingly disparate nations in their decision to stay out of the EU? A question that has puzzled many, but the answer lies in the underlying themes of sovereignty, economic independence, and national identity. Sovereignty is a potent ingredient in the decision-making stew. Switzerland, Norway, and Iceland, each in their own unique way, have expressed a strong desire to retain their sovereignty, to have the final say over their internal affairs without external interference. For them, this is not a matter of stubbornness, but a deeply ingrained belief in the sanctity of national autonomy. Next comes economic independence. These countries have robust economies, each with their own strengths. Switzerland, renowned for its banking sector, Norway, sitting atop vast oil reserves, and Iceland, with its strong fishing and renewable energy industries. They've opted to steer their economic ships independently, keeping control over their resources and trade agreements, rather than surrendering them to the collective management of the European Union. And then there's the matter of national identity. Each of these countries has a distinct culture, language, and way of life that they treasure. They fear that integration into the EU could dilute their unique identities, turning them into just another star on the EU flag. They cherish their distinctiveness and are unwilling to trade it for a collective identity. In the face of these shared values, the question arises, are these countries less European because they've chosen to stay out of the EU? The answer is far from simple. Their decision to maintain their autonomy doesn't make them any less European in terms of geography or culture. It merely challenges the conventional definition of European, broadening it to include diverse paths of national governance. In the end, it seems that these countries value their independence and national identities over the collective identity of the EU. But does this make them any less European? Or does it simply redefine what it means to be European in the 21st century?